You know, it's a sad thing that we're in a world that you could tell somebody, hey, please leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered with you. Please, please. And then you tell them, you'd be like, just leave me alone. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered with you. But yet they still text you, they call you. That's harassment. That's really harassment. You know, and you done told this individual. You know, and so yeah, I'm expressing it to the world because this person actually think they love me. they in their mind, they were associated with a whole bunch of people that put out death spells on me. Now, I don't want to go into detail of my philosophy of what a death spell is. But death spells deal with thought, your thoughts, the words you share in conversation to other people and gossip about you. That's considered a death spell. And then, you know, when you go to the graveyard and you start actually digging up dirt, you know, then you go get your voodoo doll and it gets extremely deep. Now, death spell could just be, and I'm gonna use myself for example. Let's say in high school, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't high school. In high school, I was good. It was middle school where I got beat up. I got beat up in middle school. So at that time, I wasn't literate of anything spiritual other than religion, because my grandmother was still living in this existence. Where I'm at, she was here, and I didn't know you could combat that. And at that time, I wasn't consciously aware because I was so wrapped up with Jesus. I was doing that foolish shit, believing in Jesus, thinking Jesus was doing something for me. Because I didn't know the facts. I didn't know the facts of the illusion. And half of society is stuck. I don't want to go into detail, but most people are not conscious. Like they say, are you consciously aware? Most humans aren't conscious. You know, they are not in their mind trying to live anything towards culture, awareness, and actively trying to advance other human beings in a more positive way to represent that item called love. And if they were to represent that item called love a little bit more, some people haven't even began a spiritual journey. They look at all of us like we crazy. Religious, spiritual. It's beautiful because they're all English words. And like I said once before, the gods don't speak English. They have a unique language, and it's not English. Creator wants each human being to look at themselves. If more people would look at themselves and say, what can I do for myself to make things better? We wouldn't need religion. We wouldn't need all this stuff that people are doing. You got people out here doing disagreeable actions, killing animals, sacrificing animals, doing all kind of crazy stuff. And these are the things that nobody actually think is actually happening. I don't want to go into this, but what do you think all them lost children are? Where is all that blood? Blood is used as a sacrifice. Protect your children. Protect your family. You got people driving around in trucks, kidnapping kids, kidnapping people, human beings. You got people would love to actually take someone's life, take their essence from them so they don't exist. And they use that energy. When you're in all these entertainment places, somebody's sucking that energy. Somebody's, it's like a magnet. All y'all get together in one central place. Everybody's doing the same thing. That energy is going somewhere while y'all celebrating and standing around. Somebody's sucking your life force from you. That's why when you leave a place, you feel all drained, like all your energy's gone. Somebody got that energy. And sometimes it's beings, beings, that's tapping on your energy. And if you're in places with all those people, your energy is being sapped from you, your life force, and you have to get that restored. And then if they're energetically aware, like some of the people that I fell in love with, Miss J, and I'm gonna just say your name, Miss J, you know who I'm talking about. You did disagreeable things towards me. You did a lot of bad things. Evil thought, evil intentions. And I cannot accept anybody. My past 5 years has been tremendous pain, tremendous suffering, tremendous intense warfare. So I still represent a heart of love. I still represent the light that's so bright. I'm still connected to right energy, right wisdom, and right understanding. I may not be following no one. For the last 5 years, nobody's been helping me. I died for 24 seconds. There was no one there. It was me, all by myself. Then you tell somebody about it, they laugh. They actually laughed at me. When I told them that, they laughed. And I don't, I'm not in a negative place. I don't have any harm for anybody. I only do what I have to do to protect my energy. And I do what's necessary to advance humanity. I'm not racist. I'm not just toward black people. I'm toward all people, not just black, not just white. I'm for all people. So no, if your group is strictly for a certain race of people, no, I don't mess with you. I don't associate with people like that. You got to be open and representing love to associate with me. I'm no longer part of any organization. I haven't been part of an organization in 5 years. I've been working, minding my business, and I kind of thought I had met someone that was righteous, that wasn't a manipulator. But later I found out that that person's a manipulator too. They're not authentic. I'm authentic in everything I do. I'm not going to war with you. I allow God Creator to war with you. I'm one of his servants. I'm a divine servant of light. I represent light and love. I don't represent evil. I don't represent no evil gods. I am a special, unique individual. In my mind, I don't have a title. But in your human mind, you guys give me a title. Some of y'all done called me a warlock. Some of y'all done called me a witch. Y'all done called me everything but a man of light. Because that's all I represent is light. And then I love how the God said, well, you know light is Lucifer, right? Do you know that it's deeper than Lucifer? It's deeper than Satan. It's deeper than the devil. A lot of the stuff we be blaming on the devil, Lucifer, and Satan, you did that. You don't have to blame him. Sometimes I think the devil be wondering, damn, I didn't do that. Some of us humans are worse than the devil. We're worse than Lucifer. We're worse than those items that you guys are afraid of. And you know what's so interesting? God doesn't fear Lucifer. God doesn't fear Satan. God does not fear, what's the other term? The devil. But we fear all that stuff. I have friends that are Satanists. I have friends that are part of all groups. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I'm a loving being. I have no harm for you unless you harm me. Whatever you send towards me, it's going right back at you. I don't have to say anything or do anything. What you're supposed to represent when you see Sheldon Smith is love. Just represent love. If you ain't have it, figure it out. Figure out what love is. When you figure that out, you'll have a better life. You'll have a better way of thinking. And it's so interesting. All these things we have over here in this United States. We have so much information, so much wisdom, so many words. But yet many of us are stuck in these same jealous, envious, evil intentions. And you have to ask yourself, Creator, what needs to be done that we can actually have real change? And I'm not talking about a march. I'm not talking about rallying. I'm not talking about protesting. All that's going to forever exist. People get frustrated. They don't want to move with the new system and everything coming. And I'll say it again. There is nothing going to crack the sky and come and get everybody. That's not going to happen. All you philosophers and spiritual teachers, y'all worry about some 3-1 Atlas. What if y'all found out that 3-1 Atlas was an illusion just to distract you dummies? And all y'all looking up at the sky thinking some 3-1 Atlas is gonna crack the sky and get everybody. That's stupid. That's stupid. You gotta start using common sense, reality. You wanna study about astronomy? Study about astronomy. But don't make up shit and scare people. We already got enough fear. It's enough fear out here already. It is. It's enough fear already. So, folks, I ain't even gonna say wake up. All I'm gonna say, is we all got a lot of work to do. And we got to work while it is day. Because when night comes, no man can work. Oh, it's a day coming, but it's not no time soon. What we're seeing is major change of all foundations. And it's not over. Everybody crying about their snap cards, and it was never meant for you to rely on. That stuff was never meant for you guys to rely on. It's not supposed to be a thing you depend on. I've only used welfare one time when I was married with my first wife. That was it. After that, I never did use welfare again. If a man can't work, he shouldn't eat. That's how my grandmother raised me. If you don't work, you don't eat. And I don't care how much you don't like to work. You don't want to work for nobody. If you don't work, you don't eat. When I was younger, I went to the gas station. Used to sweep the gas station parking lot for $5. I was a young guy then. But not once did I just go around begging people for change or asking people. Even when I was homeless for those 3 years, I didn't ask nobody for shit. Because you can't rely on man. You can't rely on man. So why would you ask a man for change? You need to rely on the Creator. And I'll be back. But I just wanted to stop by for a few moments. I'm still here, and I ain't going nowhere.